Well, to start with, I'm basically making this video because a lot of you guys have been asking me for a lot of different questions, and how my work comes about and all that. So this video is pretty much view into that, just giving you an idea of how I come about to get the materials that I use, and basically my creative process, how it really goes. One of the questions that a lot of you ask me is what kind of materials do I use? I basically use everything and anything, and I mean anything. I don't have any rules, and I don't even let any rules come between me and my work. I use anything, absolutely anything. Cardboard boxes, is one of the things I've been using a lot lately. I like the idea of recycling, and somehow there's just something about found materials that really intrigue me, and I find them very, very exciting to work with. Anything really, pasta boxes. I'll just cut whatever pieces I can use. I'll use this bit and that bit and just paint on the other side or whatever. I don't throw nothing away, basically. In fact, not only I don't throw nothing away, I pick a lot of shit from the street that I find. Pieces of wood, pieces of plywood, and I just love that. Sometimes finding a piece of plywood and it's got all these rough edges, and and to me the idea of trying to cut and smooth those edges out, it's just fucking mental. I don't do nothing like that. It's like I don't do any editing, even with the sculptures that I've been creating lately. I don't do any editing. If the piece of wood is that big and is one side is somebody cut with a saw and the other piece has just been broken, in whichever way, I'll use it exactly as it is. There is no add-ons. Okay, I might do a little something to it because I want to convey a certain aspect of the image, and I may do that. But all in all, it's just basically what you see is basically the materials is just as I found them. Let's just say, like this sculpture which I did recently. Those pieces of wood, they were exactly as I found them. As you can see, this piece that I'm using, as a base, somebody cut these bits on the side, but this piece has been broken. I left it exactly as it is. Of course, I smoothed it a little bit so that anybody buying it won't hurt himself. And these pieces you see here, they are exactly as I found them. I added like a piece of wood to kind of like emphasize the nose, and chiseled a bit here on the eyes and in the mouth. I did cut this piece here, but this piece here that looks like a nose or is a nose, it was already there. I done nothing to it. So this is how my work comes about. The sizes are pretty much the same thing. The sizes of my work, the size of my work is determined by what I find. If I find, a big cardboard that is 1 meter per 80 or 70, or a meter per 1 meter per meter, or 2 meters times 3, whatever, I will use that, and that's basically how the size is determined. I don't go about, I'm going to do a painting today, and I want to make it that big, or I want to make it that small. I collect this found material, this piece of wood, cardboard, whatever. I collect them here in my studio, and when I have an idea for a painting, which I have all the time, I have this little book, and I write all these ideas that I may see on the news or something that I see on the street or whatever, and I collect all those ideas, write it down, which will become a title, which is usually the title for a painting. And I would just come to the studio, go to that list, and okay, I'm going to paint this, and I'm going to paint that, and I'm going to paint that, and I'll grab a piece of cardboard or piece of wood or piece of plywood and paint the idea into it, and whatever size it is, it is. I don't go, oh, that's a great paint. It could look better if it was bigger. I don't really think like that at all. I think that to me the message is really what matters. So if you are doing something, and you are, it's like if you're writing a letter to a friend, it doesn't matter how big the letter is. What matters is what you're trying to tell your friend. And I think with my work, I feel a bit like that. It's, I'm trying to transmit a message with my work. Whichever fucking size it is, does it really fucking matter? I don't think so. So for me, big, small, as long as it touches me, it's a great work. It's not about size. I tend to speak with a lot of artists. It's all about big. That people have this thing about big works, or just, oh, it's big, it must be better. That's fucking rubbish, absolute bullshit. I don't believe in that at all. To me, it's all about the message. It's got nothing to do with any fucking sizes and nothing. It's about what you're trying to say. That should be, and for me personally, the most important thing in art is what you're trying to say. The size, whatever, really. Fuck that. It's not me.